Hello, everybody. Hi, Ava. Come on up, baby girl. I got your blue buffalo. I'm gonna get the other two out just to be ready. Hi, Billy. Billy's like, gimme, 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 gimme. I've got the blue buffalo in a kitty treat container to save space on my desk. And Billy is unhappy that it's not kitty treats. But that's okay because I've got his right here. Oh my goodness. I know, you guys missed them. But I was not feeling well. I'm thinking I'm doing better now. Hi, Snitch. Snitch, you might not want to take Billy's treats. I don't recommend it. It is bad for your health. Ava, you got your 3. You get no more. You're on a diet. No. These are Snitches. You can go. Snitch. 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 You don't listen. Get your nose out of his butt. And I saw Earl. I know I saw Earl. Earl, where'd you go? Ava. You got yours. She's lucky she's so darn cute. Alright. Earl's are gonna go up there. He'll get them. Alrighty. Hi, guys. Tiny Kitten Esquire is outside. I don't know why. It's so cold outside and she just wants to be out there. Yeah, she comes in about 4 or 5 in the morning lately. You're gonna go steal Earl's treats, aren't you? You little snitch. I love you. Hello, Jerry Matthew Boyd. Hello, Nana Laura. Hello, Wire Mother. Hello, Manny. You get some good sleep. I saw that you've been up since 6 a.m. My, you're a trooper. Hello, Sir Philip. How's my favorite Australian doing tonight? And by the way, I don't know. Is it tomorrow there yet? I think it's tomorrow there now. Happy birthday, Sir Philip. He gets 2 birthdays. He gets his American birthday and then he gets his Australian birthday. Aww. I don't know. You know what? The last week of tech issues that I've had with you, I'm not even touching that one. However, the internet tech issue should be resolved now because I now have Starlink. It was set up today. Yes, a a fantastic gentleman came and climbed on top of my roof and put the thingy up there. And then I have thingies in the corner back there. This is kind of blocking it. It's actually, all right. So there's this thing that goes on top of my roof. And then I'm going to have to run the wire like under the carpet or something, you know? But there's just these two little boxes. And so he put those in and left me all that extra cord to be able to do what I have to do. So, there's that. And I'm pretty excited. Spectrum was not happy when I called to cancel them. They were so unhappy about it that they actually got down to offering me, well, it started out as $50 a month for the $100 a month package that I have. And I said, no, thank you. And then after a little bit more negotiation, they went down to $30 a month. I'm like, as much as I appreciate the offer, the money's not the issue. The service is the issue. And you can't fix that. It did suck walking away from a $30 a month for a gigabyte plan, though. But if it doesn't have the upload, what good is it going to do me? And if they still cut my service off in the middle of the night while I'm streaming, again, what good is it going to do me? No, I'll just continue to give Elon my money instead. She's one of them, absolutely. Oh, I warned you. I warned you. I told you all of my stuff updated. That was like a week ago. Yeah, it's buggy. It sucks. Hello, C-Rex. How you doing, sweet love? Excuse me, I'm sorry. Holy buckets! You've crossed 2 years by 2 months. Wow, you're like my toddler. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe. And you're not the only one. Nana Laura's been with us that long, and I believe Sir Philip as well. Joey Bag of Donuts, all of you guys. You guys are amazing. I can't believe how blessed I am to have you guys in my life. And that you stay. Oh, you're not going to make it. Hello, Charlie. You know you cannot resist. Especially not when it's Judge Simmons. You love her. Hello, Dark Zoomy. Space King is guiding me. Oh, my nose is so plugged. Oh, I did my allergy spray right before I went live, so I'm so sorry. You gotta listen to me sniffle. little purple Kiv. I'm not body shaming her. The vet is. When I took her to the vet, okay, so she's put on 8 pounds in a year. But can the vet say she's put on 8 pounds? No. They say she's put on almost 10 pounds. And it was winter. I couldn't take her for walks. Like, what do you want from me? She's gonna get chunky in the winter, and then she loses it in the summer. It happens every year. But they did give me a very strict feeding schedule for her. And I'm supposed to reduce the amount of treats. I'm very bad at this. Just wait till they see my cats. When they see Billy and Earl, I'm in trouble. Ooh. And now this beautiful boy, Snitch, he's no longer emaciated. He's actually just perfect right now. And I gotta keep him that way. Yeah, tiny kittens out on the prowl. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, honey. I hope you feel better. Happy birthday, la 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 la. It's your birthday, yay, la 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 la. Come on up, you gotta sing it too. I'm so happy you're here with us tonight, Sir Philip. I know. Yeah. Yeah, I was very nice to them. I didn't Karen out or anything like that, but I was firm in the fact that their service sucks. And that I needed better. And then they're like, well, we can have a technician out tomorrow. I'm like, you've had 4 of them here. And all of them have said the same thing. That until you launch fiber optic, it's not going to do me any good. And she's like, well, we have fiber optic coming. I'm like, and I've been waiting for over a year now. No. It's been coming for a long time. And that's just not going to fly anymore. Yeah, well, knock on wood. I've lost power like twice here, but it was like momentarily. It was just long enough to make my microwave and oven and coffee clocks reset. Excuse me, I am so sorry. What? I don't know, and I don't know if I want to know. I don't know what a type in is. What? I hope that's not something that's going to get me in trouble. Oh, maybe. Hey, oh, you are so naughty. No, it is. It's prescription Flonase or fluticasone. It's Xyzal. It's the one with that owl. Yeah. My allergies have been so bad the last couple of days, as if I needed anything more piled on. Oh no, they had her clocked correctly. I was there. I had to get her onto that scale. She did not want to stand on that thing. I don't blame her. She was such a good girl though, but the vet didn't see it that way. They've determined that Ava is too hard to examine. And the next time that I bring her in 1 year, I have to come the week prior and pick up medication. And she has to go semi-sedated. She doesn't bite. She just growls and protects Mama. And apparently that makes her difficult. She's just not used to people. I mean, the only time I have humans here is, when I have some kind of service set up. Oh, Walmart delivery people. I mean, don't they count? Hello, Spider-Man, honey. Hello, Eileen and Carlin. 16 minutes? Just barely. Hello, Ottawa AZ. I know, I love saying it that way. I know it's Arizona, but I gotta be me. Hello, Lisette. Oh my gosh, I missed all of you guys. It's so good to see you guys. No, I mean, she went from, what was it, 63 to 78? No, 68 to 73? No, it was, whatever it was. It was 8 pounds. I just can't remember. I can't remember. I know one started with a 6 and one started with a 7. It's the, it's the second numbers that I don't remember the order of. I bet I got it. I bet. No. Here we go. Do they put it on here? She's now she's now 76 pounds. 76.2. Yeah, so they were very unhappy with that. And then Tiny Kitten, I don't know if they weighed her. Oh, no, that's still Ava. $721 for the two of them. My goodness. Yeah, no, they didn't weigh Tiny Kitten. But I guess she didn't look like she needed it. So, anyways, yeah. Ava is now 76 pounds. And they said that's going beyond husky. She's not a husky, she's a coonhound. Yes, it's still your favorite part. Are you face palming my my mathematics tonight. I don't know, maybe. But I'd have to have pet insurance on each of them. And that adds up. That really does. Yeah, they kind of alluded to that being the culprit. And the fact that I semi-free feed her. Like, I fill her dish once every 3 days. And they're like, no, you've got to, make sure you give her 1 cup 3 times a day. X amount of calorie. Like, she's like, oh, the every package will have the calories on it, and you gotta look at the protein and the It's worse than human diets. I love you. I love you so much. Oh my gosh. I don't know if y'all remember Judge Blanchett. He's one of my favorites. I didn't get to finish it. I started watching a hearing, and just as it looked like it was gonna get good, I had to come on live. So we're gonna watch it together because I think it might go. I think it might be good. I think it might. We're gonna see. We're gonna try this.
And your name?
Christina Mosley.
Miss Mosley, I'm Harris Blanchett. I'm the Justice of the Peace here in San Antonio County. You are charged with the offense of possession of a controlled substance in penalty group 1, greater than or equal to 4 grams but less than 200 grams. That's a felony in the 2nd degree. You have the right to hire an attorney to represent you. You have the right to have the attorney with you while you're being questioned by people.
Illicit substance? Any guesses? She kind of looks like she could be a methany.
Police officers are attorneys that represent the state. You have the right to remain silent. You're not required to make a statement, but any statement you make can be used in court against you. Then you have the right to stop any interview or questioning at any time. And because this is a felony charge, you have the right to an examining trial. Do you understand those rights?
Yeah, sure. I gave him permission to search my house because I had nothing to hide from this man. I don't do drugs. I have no record of any types of drugs. I don't even know what he's talking about, what type of drugs or anything. Nothing was said to me. I signed the paper because my friend was staying at my house. They arrested my friend. I got stopped in my car. They arrested my friend, so I said, obviously, well, he had something on him, and he was already in my car. And I told the officer, I said, look, my kids are outside. I'm a single mother. I just moved in my house on the 11th. My kids and I have been homeless for the last 3 years. I just now got on my feet. I don't do drugs. I don't do any of that. I am trying so hard to take care of my children all alone. The only mistake I made was having someone in my house. And I signed the paper and I told them, y'all can go search. I have nothing to hide. Like, I have no reason to let you in my house if I knew that that doesn't make sense to me. Like, if I had drugs, why would I sign the paper and let you go into my house, my home that I just moved into? And I told the officer, I said, look, this is the room that he's been in, and my kids and I have been in the front. And like, and he told me, oh, well, you seem like you're just all over the place. Sir, I have mental illness. I take medications. And before they got there, which I guess they tried to perform a traffic stop. And I don't know. My daughter said, Mom, there's cops in the yard. So, and I looked outside and I was confused. I had just took my medications and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I still don't know what's going on. I don't deserve to be here. I didn't do anything wrong. I was at my house. I gave them permission, which they had no reason to search my house. The man never even walked in my house after they stopped him. So you guys got to search the car. That was fine. Y'all searched my car. I didn't do anything wrong. I was at home with my children, and I'm here now, and I'm still so confused. I have no record of drugs ever. We just moved here to start a new life, me and my kids.
Do you need a court-appointed attorney, or are you going to get
Yes,
your
I
own?
do, because I can't afford an attorney. I don't have money.
Are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes.
Are you currently on a bond for any other charges in the state of Texas?
No. No, sir.
Okay. You're also charged with possession of marijuana. That's a Class B misdemeanor. You understand?
It's not. The guy went to jail because he had, I guess, a weed in his backpack, and I told the guy that I told the officer, and I said, he had roaches, some doobies, and I put them in a bag for him and gave them to him, and I assumed they were in his backpack, not in my house. But I gave you permission to search my house because I had nothing to hide. I'm literally trying to get my life back together, and this is, I don't want to do drugs. I don't do drugs. I don't understand. I was a school bus driver for 10 years, for God's sake.
On the possession of marijuana, I'm going to put your bond at $1,000.
If you don't do drugs, then you may want to, I don't know, maybe get better friends. And, I don't know, don't let people with drugs stay in your home with your children.
And for the possession of a controlled substance, I'm putting your bond at $10,000.
Sir, I don't have any money. I don't have anybody. It's just me and my 2 children. I did not do anything wrong. I gave them permission to search my house. It was not mine. I didn't know it was in my house. I had no clue it was in my house.
You need to save that for the judge that tries your case. I am not the judge that's going to try your case. I'm only the magistrate.
Is there any way I can get a PR bond? I had a job interview today. I get food stamps. I have 2 kids. I have 2 kids. We just moved to Cold Springs. Literally, I moved into my house on the 11th. Me and my 2 children. I've never been in trouble in this county. I have my 1 felony for injury to a child, which I have full custody of that child. I've never been in trouble.
Do you have any other questions?
Yeah, I'm just, the bond, like, I don't understand. I've never been in trouble for anything like this before. I need to go home to my kids where I can't lose my house again. I have no money. I have $100 in my wallet and $82 on a child support card. And I don't have anything with me.
Yes, ma'am, but I have set your bonds, and if you cannot make those bonds, we can visit that at a later date.
So how much, I'm sorry, I can't hear. So how much do I need to get out of here?
You'll need 2 bonds, one for $1,000 and one for $10,000.
But it's 10% of that, right? So it'll be 100 and...
That's up to the bondsman, whatever he wants to charge you. If he charges you 10%, it would be $1,100.
It'd be $1,100. So a $1,000 bond and a $10,000 bond?
A $1,000 bond and a $10,000 bond, yes, ma'am.
I get benefits, bro. Okay.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, but there's no EBT discount for bonds. What does I get benefits have to do with anything? It's not like getting your kids free lunch at school. Oh, or the discount on your Amazon Prime or Walmart Plus or whatever. welfare doesn't get you discounts on your bond. Oh my gosh. And she was the last one on this docket. That was crazy. That was crazy. I knew it was going to be good. I knew it was. I started watching that one, and like she hadn't even spoke 3 words, and I was like, "Oh, this is going to be good. I got to share this." Good, I got to share this. Oh, there we go. I wanted to do something, but I needed to bring my live stream up in order to do it. So I'm sorry if you heard a little feedback. I wanted to do this because I wanted to say thank you to everybody, because you guys are so amazing to me. I am so blessed to have you in my life, and I appreciate every one of you. I hope you know that. I love you all. Well, she had a job interview today, actually. Had she not gotten arrested, she'd have gotten that job. Stop breaking the law. That just means you have something to hide. No, I agree though. Yeah. No, they're not getting in my house without a warrant. She said she's on assistance. She probably gets SSI because she said she has mental health issues. So that's probably what she's doing. and I put together some really great cases tonight, guys. Before we get to the main show, we're gonna have like I don't know 20 minutes of some Otsego referee court, doing some child support hearings. I had to put a buffer before the main event. What did I call it? There we go. I found it. It's okay.
Of course, I'm going to call the matter of Brianna Miller versus James Martin, file number 16-16351 DP. Are the parties on that matter present?
Yes.
I am present, Your Honor.
Thank you. We do have both parties present. And Mr. Martin, this is your objection to a child support recommendation, is that correct?
Yes.
All right, and what is the basis of your objection?
That the 7 something that was recommended is like a quarter of what I make a month, because they took in my bonus at the end of the year as part of my monthly income. So they're adding a little over $1,000 every month to what I make.
All right, so you got, what kind, I guess I'm confused. Did you get a bonus every year? Did you get a bonus last year?
I get it every year, but it's not until December, just before Christmas.
All right. And is your bonus consistently the same? Does it fluctuate?
It's the same.
Okay. And in front of the court, just how did Mr. Martin's income get determined?
I used the 3-year average for his income.
So when you look at what your gross income was calculated at, sir, is that, I understand you might not get the bonus until the end of the year, but is that typically what you make in a year, what your calculation was?
Yeah, with the bonus, but it says that I make a little over 5,000 a month when I make after taxes just over 3,000 a month.
All right, well, there is some, that's your gross, so then there are some deductions for the taxes. So when the court calculates someone's average income, they look at what they make in a year and divide that by 12. So that may not be what your actual amount you make each month, but if you spread that over a year, it appears that is an accurate figure. Is that correct?
Yes.
Ms. Miller, anything you wish to say?
Yes, and the childcare is not active for Coda and Harper, the 7830. I am not paying that right now as they're not in childcare. So that can get changed. As
All
I'm
right,
currently
you give
still
it.
not employed.
All right, so you do not have any childcare expenses at this time?
Not at this time, sir.
Okay. Mr. Martin, any objection if we remove the childcare amount?
No.
Anything else you want to say, sir?
Just, I don't know how I'm supposed to pay my bills every month. I mean, I just bought a house and like that's half of my house payment that I got to pay just in child support.
Okay. All right, well, the formula does not take into account what someone chooses as their house or rent payment. It simply is based on income. What's been presented today is that Mr. Martin gets a larger bonus at the end of the year.
And that larger bonus at the end of the year is still money that can be used for your children's benefit, not just for Christmas presents. So use that bonus to plan ahead for the rest of the year.
Part of the court indicated that as required by the formula, the support amount is the income, the yearly income is then determined and divided up for each month. You can't really set a support that says January through November, it's X amount, and then suddenly in December, we consider a much higher amount to address the bonus. So I do find that it was calculated correctly. The income amount was averaged over 3 years. So as to the request to change the income, I would deny that. And then through the parties' stipulation, the child care amount would be removed. So the front of the court will make those changes. Both parties do have a right to file an objection to my decision within 21 days. That information will be provided in the paperwork that you receive. Thank you both for appearing. You're all.
I have a question really quick.
Yes, sir.
Would I be able to do like 150 a month and then pay like 2,500 at the end of the year out of my bonus instead of
Leave it
a
to
higher
the two
amount?
of you. Yeah, the two of you can come up potentially with some type of stipulation and file a motion to make a change. That would be a discussion for the two of you to have.
Your Honor, I do have a quick question, and I know this has to do with the child support, but I don't know if you can answer that question for me or not. Regarding the medical, I know that I'm the primary holder for the medical cost, but anything outside of what CODA is already established with, if there's other, what's the word, I'm trying to get to what I'm trying to think, any other sources of outside of what I'm already getting for him, like regarding his therapy. James wants to start therapy outside of what I already have for him. Will I have to be obligated to cover that? Outside,
So
because my insurance is going to pay for more than one therapist.
Support order addresses how uninsured medical expenses are dealt with. You are the receiver of support, so there is the ordinary medical. If the ordinary medical amount is exceeded, then a party has a right then to seek reimbursement for those additional medical expenses.
Okay.
And then there is a percentage on how those get paid for anything above and beyond that ordinary medical amount. If you have further questions, your case, I'll explain that to you also, okay?
I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, thank you both for appearing.
They just hung up on me. Say I wasn't done.
The court will go back to the matter of Martha Hodgkin versus Joseph Hodgkin, file number 25-20092.
Who was that? I think that was his new missus in the driver's seat, whispering, "Tell him you're not done."
Yes. We have Mr. Hodgkin available now?
Yes.
All right, thank you, sir. And Ms. Hodgkin, are you still with us?
Yes,
Thank you. And sir, this is your objection to a child support recommendation, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, and what is the basis of your objection?
Parenting time mainly. I would like to have my daughter I see my daughter every other Saturday or Sunday, depending on the availability for her schedule. And it's been minimalized where I'm only seeing her like 2 to 3 hours. I'd like to at least have double that. So like I'd like at least a day with her, on Saturday or Sunday, whatever is more convenient for her.
All right, sir,
And I
we're
don't
here to
think
address
that's too much.
filed an objection to a child support recommendation. If you want to address parenting time, that is a separate motion, but what I have in front of me is your objection to a child support recommendation. So what is your basis, your objection to the recommendation?
I don't really have any at this point.
Okay.
No objections. I mean,
All right, well, given that, then I will deny the objection to the child support recommendation. If you're looking to change parenting time, you'd have to get a parenting time motion filed. You can get that paperwork and the court date from the front of the court, okay?
okay, sounds good, sir. Thank you.
All right, thank you. You're all, both parties can sign off.
What's that?
You are free to sign off, sir.
Thank you.
We'll next call the matter of Brianna Thurl versus David Thurl, file number 13-15149DM. Do we have the parties on that matter present?
David is here.
Thank you. All right, I see the other party present, but you are muted, ma'am. If you could please unmute.
Hi, I'm here. Brianna.
Thank you. And this is your objection to a child support recommendation, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, what is the basis of your objection?
Georgiana has not gone to her dad's for the allotted nights. I think it's 100 and I don't have it right here in front of me, but she has not gone there regularly anymore for a little over a year now. She just kind of goes whenever it works out for them, which is a night here and a night there. So I have her almost all the time. Just asking for a little more help, that's all.
All right, so you're asking for the overnights to be adjusted based on what is actually happening?
Yes, please.
All right, sir, what is your response to that?
Is this, the way I looked at this was a financial, not a parenting time objection.
Well, the objection is to the child support recommendation. Part of that recommendation includes, it states that you have 148 overnights with the child. If that number is not correct, then the court would adjust that number.
My objection or comeback on this is Georgie started a job on weekends about a year ago of April of 2024, and me taking her to work on my time, she was asking, Dad, I'm just so tired. Can I just stay at Mom's? So her being a young adult, starting to change from a child to a young adult, I was accommodating that. And at the same time, what's not in this paper is if I didn't accommodate that, they threatened to take me to court. So I'm just shocked that I'm here. And Brianna has been helping out. I'm the first phone call, and anytime they need anything during the week, I'm running to the school, getting my daughter. doing what is needed. So the fact that this is coming back against me trying to abide by their request for me to, it was hard on me to say, okay, honey, I mean, if that's with your job. And the other thing is every weekend that I would have her, not only was she starting that job and working, she would go to her friends. She's 15 years old. They're doing sleepovers. So I was trying to accommodate her requests. And at the same time, I did get threatened one time if I didn't do that, which I'm like, honey, you don't have to do that. I mean, it's hard on me to let you go, but it was to the point where I was starting to let her go and do things like that. So I don't know why that I would be looked down upon. That is I'm shocked that we're here. Because
so you're
I'm not saying no, that she can't come and be with me the 140 nights out of the year. This is a young girl becoming an adult.
All right, so you're not in agreement in changing the overnights?
No, and I wasn't forcing her to stay with me in the overnights to take away this teenage life of her. I'm in Lewiston. Her mom and her schooling and friends are here in Gaylord. I work here in Gaylord, so I'm always available to go get her. I'm in her life. I mean, last night we went to her softball game and I brought her home. We had dinner together. I try to fit my life into her busy schedule, my daughter's busy schedule.
So where we're at then, if the parties don't have an agreement to change overnights, the court would typically stay with what is consistent with what is ordered. But then a party, if they want to change those overnights, should file a motion to change the parenting time order, because in front of the court based the overnights on what the language in the order is. If you guys are doing something different,
Your
you
Honor,
have a stipulation. If you have a stipulation that you're doing something different, then we would accept that number of overnights. But if there is no stipulation, what would have to happen then potentially, ma'am, is you could file a motion to change the parenting time. And then if the court had a specific order, a different order that said what those overnights are, then the court would consider making a change to the child support order.
I'll tell you what, I actually kind of feel this dad's pain, because when my daughter was 15, she didn't want to be with me. She hung out with her dad. She hung out with her friends. She did her schooling. She was very school focused, obviously. And she had all of her clubs and, tennis and show choir and you name it. I was the bottom of the list. But I wanted her to have that freedom and to focus on her schooling, to focus on her relationship with her dad. I didn't want to step on those toes. And so I felt like I was sacrificing my time with her for her to, grow into the person that she has become now. And I'm so grateful that I did that, because she's one heck of a kid. Let me tell you, I did good. Yeah, and that sucks. Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. You shouldn't force your children to have a relationship with you, or it pushes them farther away.
What do we do
Understand?
Yes. What do we do now that she's now 16 years old and she can come and go as she pleases?
Well, the court still bases it off of whatever the parenting time order is, or whatever stipulation that the parties have.
Yeah, I'm more than willing to have her come back into my life, but hopefully it's not affecting her her life with what she's got going on with her. Now that she's 16, she can drive to her job.
Your Honor, may I speak?
Yes. Sure.
Thank you so much. So the truth is, I would like for maybe you to speak with Georgiana. She's of age. The truth is that Georgiana had a discussion with her father over a year ago that she did not want to come there anymore. And it has everything to do with her father's significant.
Well, what I'll say is then, the correct way to take it then is if you want to change the parenting time order and then ultimately the overnights, you could file a motion to change parenting time and or custody. As part of those motions, I do interview a child to get their preference on how they spend time between the two homes. Doesn't automatically mean what a child tells me is what happens, but it's certainly a very important factor. It's one of the best interest factors for the court to consider. With what's before me as far as a support matter, given that the overnights are consistent with what the order is, and Mr. Thoreau is not in agreement to change the overnights, that would have to be the procedure taken, ma'am, if you wanted different custody and parenting time terms, and if you wanted a change in the number of overnights. Does that make sense, ma'am?
Yes, I'm just looking for a little more financial help. This is the first time in, 13 years that I've asked for more financial help.
All right. So maybe the two of you can work it out on your own. I don't know, but as far as your objection, I will deny the objection because it is consistent with the order, and Mr. Thoreau does not stipulate to change the overnights. So the step would be, if you want to file a motion to change parenting time, and then if there's a change in the court ordered overnights, the court would then at that time issue a new support order.
So it had nothing to do with how often Dad has daughter, and only everything to do with the fact that you want more support.
All right, thank you both for appearing. You are all set for today.
Okay, thank you, bye.
Thank you.
Our next call is the matter of Lily King versus Daniel King, file number 26-20311DM. Do we have the parties on that matter present? All right, I see someone labeled as Lily King. Ma'am, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And do we have Daniel King present? Present. All right, thank you. We have the parties present. This is an initial hearing to see where the parties are at. Someone labeled as Lily King. Ma'am, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. And we have Daniel King present.
Yes, Your Honor.
Present. Thank you. We have the parties present. This is an initial hearing. King, I don't know why. Someone labeled as Lily King. Ma'am, can you hear you? Because that is not appropriate. Sir, if you have another device going, you need to stop that device. All right, Ms. King, if you could please unmute. Do the two of you have any agreements at this time as far as custody, parenting time, and support?
No.
All right, what are you requesting?
Full custody.
All right, so you're requesting sole legal and sole physical custody?
Yes, sir.
And what type of parenting time do you think is appropriate for Mr. King?
He needs car insurance and a safe place for the kids.
All right, so that means no parenting time until he has car insurance and a safe place for the kids?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Mr. King, if you could please unmute, and hopefully you've got your audio issue resolved. What is your request as far as custody and parenting time?
He needs car insurance and a safe place for the kids.
All right, so that means no parenting time until he has car insurance. Mr. King, I don't know what you're doing with your audio, but you sign on and we hear what's been said several seconds ago. So you need to get that figured out, so we're not gonna have a whole bunch of
Your
feedback.
request as far as custody and parenting time.
I would like for the short term, I would like immediate inclusion in medical and dental needs of our children. I would like shared legal and physical custody of our children.
He needs car insurance and a safe place for the kids.
All right, once again, I'm not sure what Mr. King is doing. He doesn't appear to be making an effort to resolve the issue. But obviously they're on different pages, so what we will do is set the matter for a evidentiary hearing.
Can you hear me right now?
You need to get that figured out.
I can always hear you, but I also hear myself in the background from 10 seconds ago. All right, we're gonna set you for a hearing on June 10th at 1 o'clock. Ma'am, do you have any conflicts with that date?
No, sir. No, sir.
All right. So we're gonna set the parties for a hearing on June 10th at 1 o'clock. That is a in-person evidentiary hearing to allow both parties the opportunity to present their arguments, custody and support. You do need to file a witness and exhibit list if you intend to call any witnesses or provide any exhibits within 21 days prior to that date. That information will be provided on the notice. All right, Mr. King, I'm going to give you one opportunity to unmute and let us hear the feedback again, but can you let me know simply if you have any conflicts with June 10th at 1 o'clock?
Can you hear me right now? Get that figured out. I can always hear you.
All right, we're just going to set the matter then for June 10th at 1 o'clock. The parties can sign off.
Your Honor,
Yes.
we do need to get an updated address.
June 10th at 1 o'clock. Thank you. Ms. King, we would like to get an updated address for you. If you want, you can call the front of the court and provide that.
Yes.
If you want to provide it right now, you can, but if you'd rather call and provide it, that's fine also.
I can call
Today.
All right, so I'm gonna indicate that you need to call today or tomorrow and provide that updated address to the front of the court. Thank you. All right, you're all set for today. We'll see you back here June 10th.
June 10th works for me, Your Honor. I was just asking
All
though if in short term I could get immediate access to consecutive and recurring overnight parenting time, so I can have time with my children as well.
Absent a stipulation, I cannot enter a temporary order because I have to hear the evidence to establish whether or not to go through the best interest factors when it comes to making a determination. So if the parties reach some type of temporary agreement, I can do so. If not, I cannot make an order. Ms. King, are you willing to enter some type of temporary agreement or custom? All right, sir, Mr. King, I keep muting you because I continue to hear the background feed. Do not unmute yourself.
Oh no, Judge is mad. Mr. Daniel wants to record the stream. However, he doesn't know how to do it without interrupting the proceedings themselves. Yikes. That is not what you want to get caught doing in a child support hearing.
Ms. King, do you agree to any type of temporary agreement before the hearing?
No, sir, I do not.
Okay. All right, then we'll see everybody here on June 10th. Thank you. You may sign off.
Thank you.
Okay, so I know we don't have paperwork for Davis yet, so we've got the tablet set up. I can go get Mr. Corrigan started if you'd like.
Sure.
Buckle up, guys. This one's gonna be a wild ride.
Okay.
Susie's emailing us saying that Judge Simmons signed the complaint
Yeah.
warrant for Davis.
I did see that, so,
You want me to respond to her?
yes, yes, yeah, we'll arraign him. We'll bring his attention in. It says here that you've talked to him, is that right?
No, that's not accurate. It's because I was told that it was unadvisable for him to come out of his cell.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Okay, all right, good afternoon. Mr. Corrigan, I am Magistrate Milmore, and you are Tab Skylar Corrigan, is that right?
She's not gonna
Now,
be unless you talk down here.
Yeah, I can hear you much better if you talk through that open window. Is that your name?
He's asking if you're a fair judge, Your Honor.
Absolutely, I've been doing this for 20 some years. I wouldn't be here if I didn't like my job. I can tell that you're saying something, but I can't really hear you. So let me do this. Mr. Corrigan, you get to talk with an attorney because those are your rights. So Mr. Hardy here is going to talk with you and provide you some rights and give you some.
I am my own attorney. I can speak for myself.
Okay, so you don't want to talk with Mr. Hardy today? He's here to help you. Are you sure that you don't want to talk to him?
The lawyer rapist with 3 kids?
I don't think he wants to talk to the attorney, Your Honor.
Okay, well.
The attorney's face, however, is priceless. Oh my, that's an accusation.
Mr. Hardy, is there anything you'd like to say to Mr. Corrigan?
Mr. Corrigan, myself and our office are here to help you. I'd be happy to talk with you. I do believe that having an attorney can only be a good thing for you, sir.
On a retail fraud, something so simple a child could win? What is your intelligence level? Where did you graduate?
Well, let me tell you first of all, before he responds, this is a retail fraud 2nd degree. So the maximum penalty on that, sir, is up to 1 year in jail. So if you want to talk to him, he can explain that to you much better than what I can.
So the way I see it is I spent 1 year in jail for $143.58 worth of retail fraud that was taken from me, right? Why do I need a lawyer for that? How simple is that? A retard could understand that shit.
Okay. All right, watch your language, please, sir. Okay, I'm going to step out, give you an opportunity to talk with him, and you can come back and let me know how it went. Okay, here's everybody's join. Okay, all right, so there we go. All right, so Mr. Corrigan, you had a chance to speak with Mr. Hardy. Are you ready to go forward?
What kangaroo report, man? What kind of lawyer doesn't understand kangaroo report?
Sir, that's not why we're here today.
Not a good lawyer. I want to say
That's not why we're here today.
I believe he did not express any interest in wanting an attorney, Your Honor.
Okay.
I asked several times.
All right. Okay, well, if you can mute yourself and if you'd like, but just don't leave the meeting, okay? Because we at least have one more person. Okay, Mr. Corrigan, if you don't want an attorney and you want to represent yourself, that is your right.
The judge is like, Do not leave me alone with this man. Please don't leave me alone with this man.
So let's go ahead and get you arranged so that you are aware of the charge and the maximum penalty. So again, your first name is Tab Skylar Corrigan, is that right?
If I make it 40,000.
Sir, she asked you a question.
So we got to get through this so that we can determine whether or not you can be released. The more that you participate, the easier it's going to be for me to decide what is an appropriate bond. If you
No, for the good of society, keep him in there, please. Please, Your Honor.
don't wish to participate, that makes it much more difficult for me to establish bond.
Hold on, isn't this my second offense? That would put me at 60 days, not a year.
No, it's a year. Let me tell you what the charge is. This is file 26-01180SM. This is a complaint, sir, and people. Sir, the people of the state of Michigan. All right, you know what? I can let you sit overnight if you'd like to do that and have somebody else see you tomorrow.
I'll have you fired by that. I'm calling my positions in government.
Sir, all we need you to do is figure her out on the.
Can I get my fucking phone call?
No, sir.
Yes, the fuck I did. You can't give me a goddamn.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Can't give up!
Mr. Corrigan, this is gonna have to wait till tomorrow, okay? So.
Okay, when I get my phone call, we'll see.
Okay, we will check with the paperwork on Mr. Davis and then I'll get him in the arraignment room once we have it signed.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
I put it dead in my pocket. They kept it.
If it's a problem, they can get escorted out.
Oh, it's fine. But there was this is why you know this was argument after I told you to do it. And I explained it now. You have issues in your phone. That's something. I'm grown, I understand. Sorry. Yeah, you have to keep it going. Okay.
When the defendant is sitting there telling you chill, just chill, to his family in the gallery, you know that family has issues. And I just have to say, Chris, I am so sorry, sweetie. I know it's been a long, rough road for you and Joe. And I can't even imagine what you're going through right now. But my heart goes out to you, sweetie.
I put it dead in my pocket. They kept it.
If it's a problem, they can get escorted out.
Oh, it's fine. But there was this is why you know this was argument after I told you to do it. And I explained it now. You have issues in your phone. That's something. I'm grown, I understand. Sorry. Yeah, you have to keep it going. Okay.
I'm assuming these people are here to support you?
Yeah, that's my son.
Okay, well then you probably want to calm down if you want to stay. It's yes, ma'am. That's all you gotta do.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Anything else?
You can go.
Come on, sir. It's fine. I don't care. I'm a free man. It's free.
Be free.
Sign out to you when you come home. Let's talk about nothing,
That's what you say when your son's in jail? That sounds crazy.
You threatening me? This is recorded. Are you threatening me, sir? Because at this point, we can take that to the prosecutor's discussion right now.
We're just trying to get through the week. You're so close, but you're so close. We're just trying to get the right in. We know where the prosecutor is. No, I don't know where he is. Got it.
You know what wants to come.
Who acts like that at his son's hearing? Like, wouldn't you want to be there for your son? Wouldn't you want to be there to support your family? And you're going to act like that? No wonder your son's going to jail.
This is Mr. Mans. Correct. Okay, on the record, in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Dontarius Mans 26-01032. Yes, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I please report Assistant Prosecuting Attorney Dan Smith, appearing on behalf of the people.
Aaron Robinson, Assistant Public Defender for Mr. Mans.
Okay, this was scheduled for preliminary examination. My understanding is that we're ready to call witnesses on this.
Yes, Your Honor.
That's correct.
Any preliminary then?
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, we, the people are going to move to dismiss count 2, assault with a dangerous weapon.
Okay, so that leaves count 1, weapons, carrying concealed, and count 3, felony firearm.
Yes.
You call your witness.
The people call Officer Gleasner.
Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give us the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury.
Yes, Your Honor.
You can have a seat. State your first and last name and spell both.
Lucas Gleasner, LucasBliesner.
Thank you. Proceed, counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. Officer Gleasner, this is your first time testifying, right?
Yes.
Nothing to worry about. Just, just talk about what happened on April 14th, right? Or are you currently employed?
Yes, I'm currently employed through the city of Lansing.
What's your position with the city of Lansing?
Lansing police officer.
How long have you been a police officer with Lansing?
Been a police officer about 3 months now.
3 months, okay, still new. And what's your role with the Lansing Police Department?
Patrol officer, currently through FBO right now.
And just describe some of your duties as a patrol officer.
Primary duties is taking calls for service, traffic enforcement, etc.
And were you employed in that capacity on April 14th of this year?
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to direct your attention to April 14th, approximately 2,300 hours. Did your tour of duty on that day take you to Greenberg Road?
Yes, sir.
Do you see anyone present in court who you saw at that time in that location?
Yes, sir.
Can you identify that person by article of clothing and where they're seated in the courtroom?
This gentleman right here.
Where is he seated? Next to the defense. The gentleman by an article of clothing. What is he wearing?
Oh, gray scrub jacket. Is that man's?
Gray or blue? Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Is it gray or blue?
Looks gray.
Okay. Your Honor, let the record reflect that witnesses identified the defendant.
Any objection?
No objection for purposes of preliminary exam.
Okay, so tell the court what brought you to that location. What was the nature of that call?
The original reason we were called out there was the homeowner, I believe, called in reference to a bunch of people showing up in a vehicle. We were informed that a weapon was involved, and at that point, we got on scene. and just broke it down one by one. Me and Officer Moshi, we discovered their vehicle like parked out front. So we started asking people out, detaining them. Eventually, other officers located a firearm, and at that point, we were investigating a CCW charge.
And this happened, did this happen in the city of Lansing?
Yes.
Ingham County?
Yes.
State of Michigan?
Yes.
Okay. So you arrive on scene for a, tell me again, what was the original call for?
The original call it was between like an assault and a weapons complaint.
And then when you arrive on scene, you said at some point it turned into CCW investigation.
Correct.
Right. All right. So when it turned into a CCW investigation, what was your involvement in that investigation?
So due to the amount of passengers that were located in the vehicle, Officer Moshi was asking them out, and then they were originally detained behind the car. We moved them over to the curb. Once the weapon was located, I was kind of on like the far left of their stack along the street, which is where Mans was located. So I detained Mans in handcuffs and put him in the back of the patrol car.
Why did you detain Mans?
Due to the CCW charge, we were investigating crime at that point.
Okay. So again, let me get this straight. The original call was for an assault.
Yes.
And then you arrive on scene and it's a car full of people.
Is that a yes?
Yes, yes.
And then the original complaint, someone said that there was a gun.
Yes.
With that assault. And in order to do your investigation, you had to ask the individuals out of the car.
Yes.
So, was there anything that you identified in the car, or was there something there that that you asked the people to get out of the car? Why did you ask them out of the car?
Due to the amount of people in the car and not exactly knowing what we had at the time, we asked them all to get out just so we could essentially, I don't know, have it be safer and not have a whole bunch of people we don't know in a vehicle when we're investigating crime.
And did you locate anything in the vehicle?
Yes, other officers located brass knuckles and.
Did you locate anything in the vehicle?
I did not know. I did not search the car.
You did not search the car. So why did you place the defendant under arrest?
Due to the amount of people on the scene, we were investigating the CCW due to like how many of them there were. We wanted to separate them and just to avoid like potential flight from the scene, we chose to handcuff everyone just for the length of like that detention to investigate the CCW.
Do you know where the gun was located? Or was there a gun recovered in this through your investigation?
Yes.
Where was that located?
I believe it was located in the driver's side.
I'm gonna object based on, I don't know if he has actual knowledge of
You didn't
this.
locate the gun, did you?
I did not locate the gun.
Call for hearsay.
Okay. Did you have, did there come a time where you ran the defendant's lead, his criminal history?
Yes.
What did you find out based off his criminal history?
He was on probation for like firearm charge.
Are you aware of any restrictions that a person is on probation for? You may not. Or you've just been here for 3 months, so you may not know the restrictions.
I do not.
You don't know. Okay. But you found out that he was on probation.
Yes.
Did you have any other interaction with the defendant through your investigation?
No.
Did you do a subsequent follow-up investigation with him? No.
What do you mean?
Did you, so was that the last time you spoke to the defendant is when you arrested him on the scene?
Yes.
No further questions.
I have questions because I'm like completely lost as to what's going on here. Give me your last name again, officer.
Bleasner.
Bleasner, Officer Bleasner. You arrived to the area of Grovenberg, and are people outside or inside of the car? Where are they?
They're inside the vehicle.
Okay, so how many people were inside the vehicle?
I don't know the exact number, Your Honor.
Okay, and then you took custody of the person you identified as the defendant?
Yes.
Okay, and where was he located in the vehicle? Was he in the vehicle?
Yes.
Okay, where was he located?
The far back, like the far back seat.
What does that mean, far back seat? I don't know.
Like there's the driver and passenger, then there's like the second row. He would have been in the third row of the
Okay,
vehicle.
what kind of vehicle is this?
I refer to my report.
You don't, yeah, because obviously this must be a large vehicle. There's a third row seating is what you're saying?
Yes.
And he's in the third row?
Yes, there's a Traverse Escalade.
Traverse Escalade. Okay, and he's in the third row and driver or passenger side?
Driver's side.
Okay, and so everyone was ordered out of the vehicle?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. You can cross-examine.
So Officer Bleisner, is it Bleisner?
Bleasner.
Bleisner, okay, sorry. You were called to the scene of an assault or possible weapons case, correct?
Yes.
Is that a tactic that defense attorneys use to rattle people on the stand? Like deliberately mispronouncing a name that has been said several times now? The judge asked for correct pronunciation. I think the prosecutor asked for correct pronunciation, and now she deliberately mispronounces it. I think they do that to throw defendants off their game.
And you were not the initial officer on scene, correct?
Yes.
All right, so when you arrived on the scene, there were already officers present, correct?
Yes.
And was a traffic stop being conducted at that point in time?
No.
No, okay, it was about to be conducted then.
Yes.
Okay. Were you the officer that conducted the traffic stop?
No.
Okay, so you basically were only involved in this case by securing some of the passengers in the vehicle, correct?
Correct.
Nothing further.
Redirect.
No redirect.
Thank you, Officer Bleasner.
People call Officer Gutenberg. Name right there, she's in and 30 minutes.
You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury.
I do.
You can have a seat. You can state your first and last name and spell both.
Ethan Gruenberg,
Spell.
Spell both.
ETHAN, Gruenberg, GRUENBERG.
You can proceed, counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. Officer Gruenberg, are you currently employed? Looks like you are.
Yes, sir.
Well, and where are you currently employed?
I'm employed with the City of Lansing Police Department.
And how long have you been with the Lansing Police Department?
5 months.
What's your current assignment?
I'm assigned to the patrol division.
Can you describe some activities that you do as a patrol officer?
Absolutely. I respond to calls for service in the City of Lansing, including violent crimes, assaults, traffic, anything of the following.
Okay. And I'm going to direct your attention to April 14th, 2026 of this, April 14th of this year. Were you on duty on that day?
I was.
Did your tour of duty take you to Grovenberg Road?
It did.
Could you describe to the court what brought you to that location?
So I was assigned a night shift. I was working in the south side of the city of Lansing. I received a call for service reference a weapons complaint. The call came in as a group of unknown individuals in a black Chevy Traverse jumped the caller and their friends. And as well, there was a gun seen in that incident.
Okay. And when you arrived on scene, so you were dispatched related to that call.
Correct.
When you arrived on scene, describe describe what you saw when you arrived.
On scene, I saw various officers having people of the black Traverse step out of the vehicle. There was about 7 people that were getting stepped out, and they were getting just moved outside of the car. Following that, they were basically just getting people that were inside of the vehicle separated from the car.
And at some point, what happened after that?
Yeah, so after that, I approached the passenger side of the vehicle to verify that there was nobody left inside. I appeared to look in the front passenger driver's seat when I noticed a pair of brass knuckles in front of the center console, as well as I located open alcohol. From there, myself, Officer Moshi, and Officer Vasquez searched the car to look for any further weapons or open alcohol.
Okay. And what happened as a result of your search?
As a result of my search, I recovered the brass knuckles as well as the open alcohol, and I witnessed Officer Vasquez recover a bronze and black Glock 19X with an extended magazine from the back driver's side seat of the vehicle.
Back driver's side. So on the driver's side in the back.
Correct.
Okay. So after you uncovered the weapons and the alcohol, what else? What did you do after that?
After doing that, I grabbed a K-pack for our evidence, and I placed the brass knuckles inside of that K-pack and secured it in my patrol car. Following that, I was assigned to stand watch over 3 females who were all in custody after everybody in the car was placed in handcuffs.
And what happened after that?
After that, I was informed that one of the females that I was watching over, who was in custody, was going to be found in possession of the CCW for the brass knuckles, and we transferred her to LP lockup.
And at some point, was the defendant arrested?
Correct.
Why was he arrested?
He was arrested in connection to the firearm that we recovered.
What was your understanding why he was arrested?
I was under the impression that
Objection, hearsay.
What I said, well, my question was, what is your understanding?
You're addressing an objection.
Yeah, so my question was, what is his understanding, his personal knowledge of why the defendant was arrested?
His personal knowledge will call for hearsay, correct? How would he know?
Huh?
How would he know?
Okay.
Because he didn't place him under arrest.
Okay, I'll withdraw. Do you know why the defendant was arrested?
I do.
Again, we call for hearsay.
Well, ask him how does he know first.
I
I don't know how he knows. I don't know.
That was gonna be my next question. How do you, so you know why the defendant was arrested? Right?
Correct.
How do you know that?
It was determined that the firearm that was recovered from the vehicle belonged to Mr. Mann.
You mean it was determined? Who determined that?
Officers on scene.
Okay, you didn't make that determination?
I did not.
So you heard someone say this? Is that what you're suggesting?
My partner told me that that's what
Objection sustained.
Okay. Where was the where was the gun located?
So in that Chevy Traverse, it's kind of like 3 seats. So it has the front driver's seat and the passenger seat. Behind that is a row, and then following that is a row. So in that second row is on the driver's side, tucked underneath the seat.
You said in the second row?
Correct. So that would have been the first seat directly behind the driver.
It was tucked under?
Underneath that seat.
Oh.
Hopefully the facts of the case are enough to help the DA, Jerry. He does seem to be having a little bit of a struggle bus, a little bit of a struggle bus moment, but he's trying. He's really trying. Yeah. Yep. And this officer just basically confirmed it.
Did you see it there, sir?
I did not.
Oh, okay. Someone told you that's what it was?
I watched Officer Vasquez reach behind that seat and pull it out and recover it.
So it was up under the driver's seat?
Not the driver's seat, but that seat behind.
It was under the seat behind the driver's seat?
Yeah, so there's in that vehicle, there was the driver's seat.
Okay.
The second, I'd consider that the first row, and then it was tucked in between there and that back row.
The first officer said that the person was sitting in the third row. This officer is saying he watched the firearm be retrieved from the seat directly in front of that person. So he basically just put the knowledge of that firearm in the hands of that person. Maybe not the firearm in the hands itself, but the knowledge that it was there. It's kind of hard to say I didn't know it was there when it was literally right in front of you.
Because there's 3 rows.
Correct.
Okay, so it would have been in front of where the third row in the
Correct.
seat. Got it. Okay, thank you.
And where was the defendant located in the car?
I do not know.
Okay, after the defendant was arrested, did you have were you involved in further investigation?
I was.
And as a result of that, tell us what you uncovered as a result of that investigation.
Absolutely. So as a result of my follow-up investigation, I wanted to speak with Mr. Mans about the firearm that we found in the vehicle. In addition, I recovered 2 buckle swabs of Mr. Mans' DNA. Mr. Mans is adamant that the firearm was not his, and I learned through further questioning that he witnessed his brother's friend, Deshaun, who was concealing the firearm in his waistband. He could see the imprint of it. Before, when the police got there, he pulled the firearm out from underneath his sweatshirt, handed it to an unknown female. That was what I learned to the left of Mr. Mans, who was sitting in the center on the floor of that second row, and she tucked it underneath the seat, according to Mr. Mans.
Okay, and he had knowledge. So based off of your conversation with him, you uncovered that he had knowledge.
Objection calls for a legal conclusion.
The question was, he had knowledge of what?
Based off of his conversation with the defendant, was it your understanding that he had knowledge that the gun was there?
Yes.
But no, the judge.
Yeah, if there's an objection, I have to tell you, so I can give you the response.
I'm sorry.
You're asking if it was his understanding that he has knowledge, and you said it would cause for a legal conclusion?
Correct. So part of the elements of the cases is that he has to prove that the defendant had knowledge that there was a weapon in the vehicle. He can't just ask.
I agree. Objection sustained.
So, in your investigation, did you have any other follow-up investigation?
I did not.
Okay. Where did the investigation take place?
My investigation took place in interview 1 of the LPD lockup, our detention center.
And at some point, did you uncover the defendant's criminal history?
I did.
What's his criminal history?
So to my understanding, Mr. Mans is on probation.
I'm gonna object as to relevancy.
It's irrelevant.
Because his probation prohibits him from being in or around firearms. So I think that's relevant to the other testimony that you.
Well, you asked in general what his criminal history was, but I'm going to sustain the objection. I think the court is clear that he was on probation at this point. And not to be, so we don't need to get into his entire criminal history.
Okay. And why did you take a swab of his, a buccal swab?
I took a buccal swab in order to match any potential DNA from Mr. Mance to the firearm.
Do you know if that, and you, what happened after that? Did you submit that?
After that, yes, I submitted that to evidence.
Who made the decision to do the buccal swab?
I did.
Why did you do that?
Whenever I recover a firearm on the road, based on my experience from my work in the past, I always try to get DNA of people who are in possession of firearms to see if they'll consent to a buccal swab of their DNA.
And why did you do that?
I did that in order to, if there was any DNA that was on the firearm that matched Mr. Mance to the firearm, that would kind of essentially prove that Mr. Mance has been in possession of that firearm at some point.
Okay, no further questions.
What is your past experience, sir?
I was a contract employee with the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives for 6 months.
Oh, okay, so that's when you say, based on your experience in the past, that's what you're talking about?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then the DNA was turned over, was there a match?
I am not aware of the match yet. When I submitted the DNA, it goes to the Michigan State Police.
Haven't
lab.
gotten results yet?
I have not gotten results yet. I
Yeah,
think that would be
they don't move
like-
that quickly, typically. Okay, cross-exam.
Officer Gruenberg, you arrived to the scene once the traffic stop was already underway, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, so you didn't see originally where people were seated in the vehicle?
I did not.
Okay, and everybody was already outside of the vehicle at the time that you arrived on scene, correct?
When I arrived on scene, more people were getting exited out the vehicle and patted down for safety.
Okay, so they were in the process of getting out of the car.
Correct.
Okay. Now, you stated that you recovered DNA for Mr. Mans. Did you submit the firearms that was found for any additional testing?
I did not. Officer Vasquez handled the evidence collection and recovery of the firearm.
Okay, so the only evidence that you collected and submitted for testing was the buccal swabs, correct?
Correct.
Besides having that one statement from Mr. Mans while in lockup, did you have any other involvement in the case?
No.
Nothing further.
Redirect.
No redirect.
Thank you, officer. You may be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you for your witness.
People rest.
Any defense witnesses?
Not at this time.
You can proceed to argument.
Thank you, Your Honor. I believe the people have sufficiently met our burden here for at least the probable cause standard. And you heard testimony today that Officer Gruenberg, to follow up. Well, let's start off at the beginning. You heard testimony that officers were called to the scene for a assault with a weapon complaint. As a result of Lansing police were dispatched to the location in which they encountered the defendant. Defendant was in the vehicle with approximately 7 other people. They were asked to exit the vehicle due to the nature of that complaint. Police found Officer Gruenberg's, I have stated that he found brass knuckles in the car and some open alcohol, so they did a further investigation. They located the firearm in the vehicle. Officer Gruenberg did an additional follow-up with the defendant, and the defendant personally stated to him that he had knowledge that the gun was in the car, and that he knew exactly where the gun was located. You also heard testimony that the defendant is currently on probation. As a term of that probation, he's not supposed to be anywhere near firearms. So at this time, we believe that we've met our burden to establish that for a constructive possession theory, that the defendant did know that there was a weapon in the car, he was riding in the car with that weapon. And I believe based on his own statements to police that we have met our standards, that he knew that there was a firearm in the car and he was located in the vehicle where that firearm was located. Sorry.
Yes, Your Honor, I don't believe that there's probable cause to proceed on the carrying concealed weapon in this case. If you look at to what was testified to in this case, it looks like all we have is that there were about 8 people that were in a car. A firearm was found in the back. Mr. Mans was one of the people that was in the car that was alleged to be in the very back of the vehicle. But we don't know where anybody else was sitting. We don't know what they were doing. We did hear from Officer Gruenberg, who stated that he himself did not find any sort of firearm, but he saw Officer Vasquez find pull a pistol, I guess, out of the front or behind the front passenger seat in one of the rear back seats of the vehicle. But beyond that, didn't know anything else about the firearm. Also stated that he was able to speak to Mr. Mans, and Mr. Mans stated that Mr. Mans stated that he saw a person, a Deshaun, took a firearm into his shirt, and that another female took the firearm out of his shirt before the vehicle was stopped. The people want to suggest that that says that Mr. Mans had knowledge that there was a firearm in the vehicle at the time. I mean, I don't think that that would be enough to say that there would be knowledge that he knew that there was a firearm in the vehicle the entire time that he was in the vehicle. Seems that he saw that it was on someone's person right as the vehicle was stopped, and that it was placed by someone, that it was in the vehicle. I don't think that you can say that that is enough to imply that he knew at the time that he was getting into the vehicle that the firearm was in the vehicle. He knew that he was there the entire time. As far as it goes to, we did hear that Mr. Mans was on probation. I think the court can probably infer that you're not supposed to be around firearms while on probation, but we didn't hear anything about what he's on probation for, the conditions of his probation. That was not offered into evidence in this case.
But they said he was on probation for weapons.
For a firearms offense, but there wasn't any like, I guess like we don't have the terms of his probation or his probationary contract, the rules of his probation.
I can set dollars to donuts, but if he's on probation for a firearms charge, then he can't be in possession of firearms. The other thing is he 20 years old?
Yeah. Yes, 20.
So I don't know that he has a lawful CPL.
But based on that, Your Honor, I don't think that there's enough evidence here to show that he was in constructive possession of this firearm. Just based on the fact that we don't have any evidence of what was going on in the vehicle, who was being pulled out of the vehicle, where other people were sitting. There's not really much evidence here, just besides his statement alone, and we can't just use his statement in order to prove an element of the offense. There has to be additional evidence. So I'd ask that probable cause not be found.
Just a short, brief follow-up. So the number 2, the second element in is that we have to prove the defendant concealed on or about his person, or whether concealed or otherwise in a vehicle operated or occupied by the defendant. Again, you have definitely heard testimony that he was in that vehicle. You definitely heard testimony that he was aware that there was a gun in the vehicle. And this wasn't like it was an actual traffic stop. They had already been stopped at this location. And when police got there in respect to the felony of the felonious assault case, they were all just seated in the vehicle. So this wasn't like, a traffic, a normal traffic stop. So based off the testimony, I believe we met that burden for that.
Today's a date scheduled for preliminary examination. The burden is on the prosecutor. They need to establish sufficient evidence based on a probable cause standard that the felonies that you're being charged with, now it's count 1, weapons carrying concealed, and count 2, felony firearm, were committed. And then a probable cause that you were the person to have committed the crime. This is not trial. They don't have to prove each element beyond a reasonable doubt, just more than mere suspicion. The court will also assess and weigh any credibility issues and the people's likelihood of success at the time of trial. We had testimony today from 2 officers, first being Officer Belisner, I believe is how we pronounce his name. And he testified that on the date of April 14th, 2026, he reported to the area along with other officers to Grovenberg Road that he was called due to a bunch of people showing up in a vehicle and informed that weapons were involved. And he testified that he took the defendant into custody due to the investigation of a CCW charge and due to the amount of people on the scene that people were detained with handcuffs, I guess, because of safety of securing the scene. He testified that the defendant was inside of a Traverse Escalade and that the defendant was in the 3rd row of the vehicle. We then heard testimony from Officer Ethan Gruenberg. He testified on the same date and time that he arrived to the scene of the alleged incident. And he looked in the front driver's side and in plain sight, he identified some brass knuckles and open alcohol. Based on that, officers did a search of the vehicle. He being Officer Gruenberg testified that he witnessed another officer recover a firearm from the back seat that would have been positioned in front of the 3rd row seating. So likely the way that it was positioned, it would have been placed there by someone who was sitting in the 3rd row. It was, he said, tucked under the 2nd row of driver's side. He testified, Officer Gruenberg doesn't know where exactly the defendant was seated in the vehicle. He said that he later interviewed the defendant. The defendant advised that it was not his firearm, that he witnessed another female tuck it under the seat after it had been passed to her from another occupant of the vehicle. It sounds like there has been some buccal swabs tests done to see if the defendant's DNA is on this firearm. I think that's right there. Clear this all the way up. His DNA is not on here. He didn't have anything to do with it. And the other issue is we cannot move forward with constructive possession just because he saw it as it was being placed under. It would have to be more than, or something more like he saw it before that. It can't be as we're exiting, I see someone put it under there and now I'm charged with constructive possession. However, in this case, we have more than that because we have the whole reason for the call was because of a weapon. Somebody called because they knew there was a weapon in the vehicle. So if someone outside the vehicle who could call the police said there's a weapon in the vehicle, they knew it, then the court has more than probable cause to believe that the defendant knew that there was a firearm in the vehicle. I don't know if he took part in keeping it there. Based off where it was located, there's probable cause to believe that he took part in believing it because it could have been that he put it under there, but that could be easily flushed out if his DNA is not on the firearm. If the DNA is not on the firearm, then what he stated makes sense that someone else put it under there. As maybe as they were exiting, I don't know. The other issue is, I think it's still unclear. I don't, that there was at least another person, I believe, and that, I don't know if that came in, that someone else might have been in the backseat. The only reason I can assume that is because there's 7 to 8 people in this vehicle, and I don't see how they all could be in the front. But the only persons that we know are in the back. I don't know who the alleged young lady is, or where she was seated in the vehicle, nor the other person that allegedly passed I think it's the Deshaun, who passed the firearm to her. If that was the first time the defendant saw the firearm, then no, there was no constructive possession. If, however, the defendant saw, because obviously this allegation that led to the call is in fact true, then he knew prior to that there was a firearm in the vehicle, or if his DNA is on there, he likely was the one who was operating or handling the firearm. So I think that at this point, there's at minimum a question of fact that needs to be fleshed out at the circuit court. So for those reasons, the court's going to bind this over to the circuit court for further prosecution on count 1, weapons carrying concealed and felony firearm, based on the testimony that the defendant is currently on probation for a felony weapons charged. Bind over date is going to be May 13th. That's the date the circuit court's receiving the file from the district court, not a date that Mr. Mans has to appear in the circuit court. His next court date will be a pre-trial in circuit court, and his attorney will be made aware of that next date. What's going on with the felonies? He's still on probation?
Yes, Your Honor, our office is currently looking to see if we will be able to revoke that probation. I believe this is going to be it's going to be a subject of a probation violation in that other
Well, I
case.
would imagine it would be a probation violation. I just don't know if it's violation or if it was revoked. I know the seriousness of the allegation is now diminished because of the count 2 being dismissed. But bond is set right now at $250,000 cash surety. Are we addressing bond?
Yes, Your Honor, I would like to address bond. I would ask that this bond amount is particularly rather high. I understand that Mr. Mans is on probation up in circuit court. However, it does seem that this amount is rather high. He has been in Lansing his entire life. He does have family in the area, and he does have family here today that are supporting him. We would ask for a more reasonable bond, one that would be something that Mr. Mans would be able to post. But 250,000 cash surety, it seems rather high at this time.
I'm reviewing this. He's got more than one case. He's got another gun case. It says here in the bond recommendation that the defendant is currently on probation in circuit court for a carrying concealed weapon. That's in file number 25-02398, and he was sentenced on August 6, 2025. Additionally, defendant is on bond in the circuit court for a separate concealed weapon file that occurred on August 8th. Is that accurate?
Oh, whoopsies. That would make 3 firearm cases for this one defendant. Oh, that's not a good thing.
He is on bond for 256581 FH. correct?
Okay, so on probation for CCW, then 2 days after you are sentenced, allegedly you pick up a new CCW. That's still pending. That one.
So he's on probation for 252398, and then he has another open case 256581. And there's this, so I guess that's
So this is the third charged weapons offense that the defendant has had in the past 12 months.
Your Honor, he's just like his daddy. Good old boy, just like daddy. You know, his awesome daddy at the beginning of this hearing with the cocky mouth that you booted out of the courtroom. That one. He's just following in his father's footsteps.
Just based on the nature of the assault being dismissed, I'll reduce the bond, but I do think there's a threat to safety. We've got a young man now with 3 pending weapons charges, one of which he's got a conviction for. The other one is pending, and that was for a charge that allegedly took place 2 days after sentencing. Even if it is determined based on evidence from the swabs that he never handled this, he has no business being around it, and based off the 911 call, someone outside knew there was a firearm there, so he should have known. And this is a serious threat to our community. A serious threat. I don't know why young boys and girls are running around here with firearms like they're toys. People's lives are being taken left and right. We had the Lansing Public Schools on lockdown this week because people, your peers, are terrorizing a community. And it's problematic, and something needs to be done. And if you can't fix your mind around this is problematic behavior that I shouldn't engage in, nor should I condone or be around, then the court has no choice but to leave you in a cage, which is what we call jail, because you can't control your own behavior. The bond is going to be amended to 100,000 cash surety with GPS tether. All other bond conditions will continue. That includes a complete home arrest and not to leave your residence unless it's for medical, legal appointments, or court proceedings. Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, those were some powerful words from the judge. And every one of them was true. What you permit, you promote. So if you're running around with firearms in your little group, terrorizing the community, as she's put it, you are not helping anyone or anything. She only lowered it because they dismissed the assault charge. If that hadn't happened, I don't think she would have. Yeah, she's a great judge. I love her. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me again. I absolutely adore you guys. Every one of you. You are the best. But I do need to get some sleep. Because tomorrow, I have to go return my Spectrum equipment. So I don't get charged for it. I've already paid enough. Thank you guys so much. A super, super happy birthday to Sir Philip. Again. I'm so grateful you spent it with us. Yes, don't forget the movie on Discord Saturday, 3 p.m. Central Time, Ava's Place. Hey, he is the cutest thing, man. So I went to take a picture of him, and he saw my strap, and he got up because he was napping. He got up and he took the strap in his mouth and he started walking away with my phone in his mouth. And it's not the first time he's done it. He does that all the time, and I love it. Oh my gosh, but I just can see him the moment the phone, like when gravity gets it, because, you know, he's taking it and he's pulling it along the desk. But if it was to, you know, go off the edge of the desk and gravity took it, my phone would be on the floor. It would be. It's heavy. And I'm sure he, you know, dragging it across the desk is not as heavy as the moment it falls off the edge. Yeah. I love that cat so much. Oh my gosh, I can't even tell you how much I love that cat. He is the best. Well, I love Tiny Kitten too. Oh, you mean don't forget to let her inside? Yeah, I won't forget to let her inside. I call for her every time I get up. Like, when it's nice out, I have the window open so I can hear her or Billy when they come back home. They've learned which window is my window, and they come and alert me when they're home. And I think they understand me, because I'll be like, "Oh, are you ready to come in, Tiny Kitten? Come to the door." And uh-oh, it looks like I froze. Uh-oh, not a good sign. All right, I'm just. It lasted for over 2 hours. And maybe that was YouTube, because every time 2-hour mark hits, like, I think that's when YouTube is like, "Oh, they're a bot, they're a bot, they're a bot." I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It happens at the 2-hour mark. I don't know what it is. I think that's YouTube refreshing, checking the cookies, making sure I'm real. I don't know. Thank you guys so much for coming. I love all of you. Be safe, be well, sleep sweet, and much love.